Well, Greg, over the last 24 hours, I spent some time talking to head and assistant coaches, some ADs, to try to get their vibe on whether or not they thought they'd get in. Well, now we know who got in and who didn't. Let's start with Illinois State. I spoke with head coach Tim Jankovich just a few hours ago. He thought their RPI of 33 would be good enough to get them in if the NCAA selection committee put a lot of emphasis on it. He also wondered whether the committee would look at their 5 losses in the regular season in the Missouri Valley Conference and realize that all those losses were on the last possession. How about Dayton? Dayton has an RPI of 32. That's the highest RPI of any team to get left out. The Dayton staff wanted to know, would the committee understand that they had 2 major injuries during the season, and that's why their record quickly dissipated. How about VCU? Talking to folks at VCU last night and today, there clearly was no indication on their end that they thought they were getting in. They had no big top 50 wins. They had lost in the conference semifinals, and their RPI was not good. New Mexico head coach Steve Alford and I spent some time on the phone this morning. Steve's question was this: would the committee emphasize the last 12 games, because that's what coaches and ADs were told over the last 6 months? Well, New Mexico goes 8-4 in those last 12 games. Did it mean something? Doesn't look like it. I think Coach Alford, along with other coaches, are frustrated because the committee rotates every few years and they're never sure what's going to be important on any given year. And lastly, Ole Miss. I think they have no one else to blame but themselves. An assistant coach told me they acknowledged their 7-9 record in the SEC did not help. They had a decent record against the top 100 teams, but they certainly struggled down the stretch. And guys, and Greg, you know that all these coaches probably have some sort of legit argument in their mind. The question is, did the committee buy it or not? And in these cases, they didn't.
Yeah, it's tough, and you feel for all the coaches. I mean, Lap, I know you can really sympathize with these guys.
There.
It's very, very tough.